Good goes everybody, because today we'll continue to play Danganronpa Antebellum. Where were we? Free time event. I think we should go see... Oh, that's Taka. If there's some kind of event. If there is no event, let's go for Takiko's free time events again. I mean, if I could find her. That's Dr. Elenius. Maybe there's a reason why Takahiro is next to my cell. Maybe it's because he has some event going on. Oh, that's Takiko. Takiko, are you feeling better from earlier? Yeah, I'm doing a bit better. I'm really sorry you had to see all of that. Don't be. I'm glad I could see you being more honest. I just hope. Oh, god damn it. I was supposed to, choose something else. Can I reset? Yep, yes I can. But then again, since we're here, right next to my cell, I saw Taka staring at me with his big puppy eyes, blinking at me and smiling, obviously trying to look as polite as possible. Can I help you? Shikibu, you're looking particularly groovy today, aren't you? Did you do something with your hair, perhaps? My goodness, that's the type of face that would do numbers on TV. Just one look and I could swoon. I really could. What do you want? What? Who said I wanted anything? I was just admiring the lovely scenery. How long have you been sitting outside my cell? Only about half an hour or so, but it's for a good reason. And that would be... Well, I was wondering if perhaps someone as wonderful and swagulicious as you could perhaps spare one teeny tiny minute to do me a favor. So you do want something. Come on now, Shingo. It's something that'll help everyone. That's a Takahiro truth. When I was in Sugi's cell tending to our sleepy little children, they brought up how the girls had a sleepover recently. And I was shocked, I tell you. I've never even had one sleepover, and apparently Takiko and Sugi have been having them constantly since we got here. And now they're having a group one. That means there are at least 6 people here who have now had more sleepovers than I ever have. I must catch up. And it got me thinking, what if perhaps us boys had a sleepover? That way everyone will have a sleepover, and no one will be above anyone. That's way fair, no? And Sugi loves fairness. With just us 4, is that too small? I prefer to think of it as intimate. You want to try to convince someone like Ezekiel to have an intimate sleepover with the boys? Yeah, what's the problem? He loves men. Yeah, that is true. Right. Even if we were able to get Ezekiel on board, how on earth would Fu be convinced? Well, you see, he won't. That's understandable. I doubt you want to have a sleepover with someone who nearly stabbed you. Oh, no. It's not a proper boys' sleepover unless all of us are there. And perhaps if I could show him the Takahiro charm, then he won't try any of that again. Who wouldn't be convinced by my natural charisma and winning smile? I'm willing to forgive and forget, so he should be willing to have one little sleepover. I don't really know if inviting a 30-year-old man to a boy's sleepover would really keep the atmosphere the same, but I wasn't going to burst his bubble. Okay, but how on earth would we get Fu to join? Well, think about it. Fu is currently trapped in his cell, so theoretically, what if we just brought the party to him? If we have the sleepover in his cell, he can't exactly leave, can he? And that way, Alara won't complain we took him out of his cell unnecessarily. That's actually pretty smart. I really don't know how I'd feel about that. This seems like a terrible idea. You never know until you try, Shiko. Besides, all of us guys have been so divided since Mint died. It's kind of bumming me out to be here. I don't know. I'm just worried all that conflict's going to bubble over into something no good. So maybe if we could all just get along just for one night, we might be able to understand each other better, you know? We don't have to be best buds for life, but it would be nice to at least have one fun night, don't you think? I started to think maybe things between me and Ezekiel had gotten a little too precarious, but I didn't really want to spend time with him. Still looking at Taka's sad little face. Fine, I'll consider it. Really? Oh, that's spectacular, Shinki. Would you need me to do anything to help it happen? Well, in truth, I haven't even brought it up to Zeke. If you could convince him to come, we could make it a proper sleepover. You want me to convince him? I'm sure you can do it. Even if I have to tell a little white lie or 5, it'll be for a good cause in the end. Alright, I'll think about it and give it my best shot. Oh, that's just superb. Just report back to me when you're done, and we can get this show on the road. Love you to bits, Shinky. Mwah. If I want a sleepover to happen, I should probably try to convince Ezekiel to join, even if that seems impossible to do. So, where is he? Guess we're going for the sleepover route. I think that's it. I still wasn't entirely sure how I was meant to convince Ezekiel that the sleepover was a good idea, but I had to try for Taka. So, what? Do you have something to say, or are you just gonna keep standing there like a teenage girl trying to ask for an autograph? Well, I have a proposal for you. He narrowed his eyes, crossing his arms. And what would that be? Taka wants to have a sleepover with just us boys tonight. Have some proper guy time. He wanted to know if you'd like to come. Guy time with the four of us? Yeah, he says it would be nice. I can think of nothing more exciting than hanging out with some hypocritical dweeb, a middle-aged stab-happy burnout, and Taka. Really? No, I could literally think of nothing worse. Sure, I'd love to have some guy time, but with you a lot, what's the fucking point? You just make me pissed for acting all fake and buddy-buddy recently just to get out of his cell, and Taka is Taka. Even if I wanted to go, pulling all four of us in a room together is just asking for trouble, ain't it? None of us are exactly pals. But maybe we could be, just continuing to fight like this is going to do no one any good. Well, I don't want to be buddy-buddy with you. Morning Mint's goddamn killer ain't gonna do anyone any good, yet you still do it anyway. Goddamn. Wait, Zeke. Just hear me out this one, okay? I think he likes, sucking up to him. I just really want you there. Huh? Oh god, okay, just commit, Shinko, it's for Taka. Ever since my first dare, well, I don't know. I think I understand you a lot more. It made me realize that even if you don't particularly like me, I think we're a lot more similar than you think. In what way? Well, Okay, so we don't really have much in common, but ever since you offered me to be your next project, I've been thinking about it, and I want to be a lot more like you, Zeke. Say that to me without your eyes twitching and I might believe you next time, Sam. God damn it, Shinku. You can suck my dick all you like. I ain't going to your stupid sleepover. And for the record, that was only because of the dare. I ain't doing that project shit ever again. Especially not with you. Maybe I should try something else. Okay, skip this part. Because I was pretty sure that sucking up to him is like, one of the things Lyra said to us that will actually help. But I guess not. So, bribe. There'll be cheap beer and chips available, and you didn't lead with that. I didn't think it would be relevant. Of course it is. Guys, without that shit is just lame as hell. Nothing better than cracking open a cheap cold one with the boys. Really takes me back. Sometimes one of the guys in our room, Chris, he'd sneak us beers he got from one of the staff members. When he was caught, he was beaten half to death. It looked like he'd been burnt with how severe the bruises were on his arm. We joked about it for days on end. Good times. What? I hope there won't be anyone getting beaten up at the sleepover. Depends on how good the chips are. Wait, so you'll come? Fuck it, why not? Not like I got much other shit on. I'll just have to tell Lai she's got the room to herself for tonight. Been a while since I've been able to just stay up chatting to the boys. Maybe it'll feel nostalgic or some shit. But don't get it twisted, Sam. I ain't doing this because I like you or any of the others. I'm just bored, got it? Got it. I'll let Chaka know you'll be coming. Cool. Okay. We did it. Right, I think I got Zeke on board, but we might need to get some chips and beer. You actually got him on board? My goodness, Shinkipu. I shouldn't have doubted you for one moment. Big round of applause to you. Thanks. I'm sure this will be a night to remember. Stay tuned, Shinku. I'll get everything set up to the best of my abilities and we'll be good to go. Although, I will need you to help me with most of the setup since, I don't particularly feel like being shocked today. The only shock I want to see is the look on Fu's face when he realizes he tried to stab someone as charming and swoon-delicious as me. I think you're in one for a shock here, Taka. I helped Taka gather all the things he wanted to have at the sleepover. It became increasingly obvious to me Taka had never really had a sleepover before. I wasn't sure what they really consisted of, so I tried to guide him where I could. We made our way to Fu's cell with Ezekiel once all the preparations have been made. Fu protested at first and Ezekiel seemed to be considering ditching it at a few points. But after we got a beer or two, both of them, they seemed to settle down and start enjoying it, at least a little.
Now, isn't this just the best? What fun sleepover activity should we try next?
I don't know. Drink more beer?
Anything but truth or dare.
I don't know, kid. You're the one who barged in here and insisted on doing this. Didn't you plan anything?
Well, to be entirely honest, this is my first sleepover. I'm not entirely sure what to do.
Seriously? This is your first sleepover? What? Did you not have friends?
Was it not obvious with a truth or dare or something?
I had man.
Man was a fish.
Well, to be fair, I really only had sleepovers with Ichi. They were pretty infrequent, but I enjoyed them a lot.
Oh, so you do have experience. Tell me, what did you and Ichi do on those little boys' nights?
Usually my dad would bring us some kind of snack plate and we'd just play a lot of video games. It was fun.
Sounds lame as hell. If one of you isn't pissed as hell at all the others by the end of the night, it ain't a proper sleepover.
That's an expectation?
Really? That doesn't sound fun to me.
Here's the thing though. Even though you can get pissed or you can have a very frustrating night or something, it becomes kind of like a fond memory at some point. You know, it's weird. I don't know why.
Shinku, I thought you had experience. Harmless pranks are just part of the sleepover experience. No?
Yeah, well, if they were harmless, I doubt you'd end the night angry.
Ah, come on. It was just some fun with the boys. The usual shit. Putting their hand in water, sneaking out of the dorms, making fun of the stuff we found under each other's beds. One time, this kid in our dorm, Steve, had this stupid-ass collection of letters for some chick he liked back home. We read them all out loud to each other before tearing them to bits.
Oh god, that's so awful.
God, by the end of it, he was so red in the face, he pinned down my buddy Chris and just started pounding him. It was awesome. He was limping for weeks after.
Huh?
Oh! Wow! Do we perhaps have any sleepover activities that don't involve beating each other up?
That's what you think was awesome?
Yeah? Come on. Don't give me that look. If the staff found those letters, he'd be as good as dead. We were helping his pussy ass. We were looking out for him.
Oh, so that's the context. Okay.
I got heaps of experience. Back in boarding school, basically every night was a sleepover. 10 of us crammed in those bunks in them dorm rooms. We found ways to make it fun.
So it's like what, a military school or something?
Besides, when you're not in whatever prissy-ass nerd school you went to, Shinku, it's pretty standard guy behavior.
I think Japanese schools are just a bit different.
Hey, Fu. What was your school like? You're Asian too, right? You can back me up here. Pretty standard guy behavior to mess with each other, ain't it?
I didn't go to school. Believe it or not, I'm all self-produced.
What? Really?
Oh! Wait! So you're homeschooled? I told you we had oodles in common.
I guess you could call it that. My old lady taught me everything I needed to know. That was that. No school necessary. We were pretty rural, so even if I wanted to go, the closest one wasn't for miles.
So no sleepovers for you either? We really are kindred spirits.
Yeah, especially after the stabbing incident.
I don't know why you're trying to connect with me so much, kid. I did try to kill you. Who's to say I won't try again?
Perhaps. You may very well consider it, but despite everything, I'm taking my chances on the food bonus wheel and hoping it doesn't land on the Murder Talker Square.
Well, at least he's positive and optimistic about it.
Are you nuts?
A little. I know it's a bit irresponsible. But if I want others to give me a second chance after my crime, after my verdict, If I want to show people I can change, then I have to be willing to accept that other people can change as well.
That's pretty great, Taka, but god damn it, you're triggering death flags all over.
If I was certain you were a Taka stabber forever and nothing could change that, then I'd seem like a hypocrite for wanting others to give me a second chance. And that just wouldn't do. I'll never forgive you for hurting Sugi. But if we treat you with nothing but contempt and like a serial murderer, no matter what you do, then eventually you'll give up trying to be anything but violent. There's no point trying to prove you've changed to people who will never believe you. So, it would just be easier to reaffirm their beliefs. I want to make sure that doesn't happen with you, since that would be no good for anyone at all.
I was a little surprised that Taka of all people was being reasonable. I was a little worried about this all. I wasn't sure if Fu should be the person he should extend an olive branch to, but his logic was shockingly sound.
That's your takeaway from that, kid?
The true Taka takeaway here is that we don't need to know what regular sleepovers are like. We can create our own traditions. No?
Whatever you say, buddy. Keep on dreaming on over there.
Zeke.
Taka raises cheap can of beer in the air.
To putting aside our differences, our past experiences, and our past stabbing attempts.
To be fair, I'll drink to anything at this point.
This is so fucking stupid.
Despite his words, Zeke let out a sigh and put his can in the middle, touching everyone's but mine.
Cheers!
The cans clinked together and we all took a sip.
Wow! Beer is not good.
We all drank and laughed through the night. Even if things remained a little tense, at least things seemed to be easing with Taka and Fu a little bit. Although Ezekiel remained icy towards me the whole night. Eventually, after a bit of deliberation, we decided to call the sleepover quits and return to our own cells for the night, not wanting to invade Fu's space any longer. Despite everything, I enjoyed it in the end. That's all we got from that sleepover? Oh, okay. But yeah, Taka's part was really fucking cool. Too bad we didn't really get anything from Shinku, Fu, and Ezekiel. I mean, Ezekiel told us about what standard guy procedure does and all that stuff for sure. I was having quite a bit of trouble sleeping that night. The dares and truths would only get more and more extreme from here. I was apprehensive to wake up and see what tomorrow would hold. So I did what I usually did to try to make myself more tired. I decided to go for a walk. My mind was still dwelling on what happened in the courtyard, that strange apparition, my house, those eyes. What was in that closet? Warping, melting, fusing into one. Were they really all the same to me? Wait, let me guess. The closet is where Akari hanged herself, because there's this one movie, I forgot the name, but I think it's either Thai or Korean film. Extreme psychology stuff. A Tale of Two Sisters? Yeah, I think that's it. My goodness, one of the best movies I've ever watched. I mind blown, especially when you watch it twice and everything starts making sense. The pieces are being put together. Like, what? It's fucking amazing, that movie. I'd always sought warmth and validation from others, but that was human, wasn't it? Everyone did that. I had no reason to feel guilty for wanting to be loved. The problem was deeper than that, wasn't it? In the end, I'd only latched onto Dracul so quickly because he admired me just like Ichi did. It was easy and it was nice. And mint. Still, even if I had initially approached them with the wrong mindset, I owed it to them to see them as their own people, even if only after death. I wouldn't forget them, that's what I promised myself. Which is perhaps why I found myself walking to the courtyard again. Taking care of their graves was the least I could do for them. But I paused as I entered, realizing I wasn't alone. There was someone else hunched by Min's grave, pouring pink blossoms down by it, the ground by it recently upturned, robbed of its greenery and sprinkled with glimmering salt. Oh shit, why would you put that there? Salt in the soil would stifle the growth of any new plants there. Must have been in there. Ezekiel looked like he was holding something back. I hesitated for a moment, lingering by the door. I was unsure what to do. I considered leaving, but before I could...
It should have been May. God damn it. As messy as it was, he had a family to get back to. A family he wanted to get back to. He had a life outside of here with meaning, purpose. He wasn't just chasing fame. He used to talk about me coming over to his family's farm after the game, trying his mom's cooking, sitting around the table and getting me to eat vegetables for once. Said if he couldn't convince me, then his mom would. That I'd better be on my best behavior so she'd consider me a nice young man or whatever. And you know what I was thinking the whole time, Shinku?
So he did notice it was me.
I was thinking that it could happen. But I also knew, even if I wasn't around, that he'd still be able to go home and have that dinner. Deal with his dad. Maybe he'd even be able to stand up and fix things for once. That he could go on after this and live a better life. I figured, hey, even if I kicked the bucket, at least it wouldn't be someone like Mint. Someone who's got shit going on out there. I figured a whole lot of stupid shit for someone I'd only met a month prior. I guess it just felt like I'd known him longer. When he died, it really felt like we lost something. You know? I hate that he died a victim. It just made everyone assume he was weak, helpless, that he had no will of his own, that this was inevitable, a sacrifice. I hated how it seemed like I was the only person who actually knew who we'd lost. Everyone else seemed to think he was something he was not. It felt unfair. It pissed me the hell off. Even weeks after, I thought, the feeling would subside. But I just kept on seeing reminders he was gone. I saw that stupid bitter tea he made me by my bedside. His cell got locked off. The courtyard started getting all overgrown. I couldn't stand it. So I tried to at least make things right. So I didn't have to think about it. I started cutting down the courtyard, pushing it back a bit, putting it back to how he left it. And when I was chopping down the overgrowth, I found his grave, his killers, and a whole bunch of flowers by it. Someone had been leaving them for weeks. So, tell me.
Ezekiel stood up and finally turned to face me, his eyes sharp.
Who are you here to mourn?
I froze up, looking over at him, unsure what to say.
Go on. Don't be shy.
Zeke,
I was quickly cut off as Ezekiel took a step towards me, his voice overpowering mine.
Say it. It's one word. Should be easy to say.
listen,
If you don't see it as a problem, it should be easy to admit.
Please, just...
No reason to hesitate, is there?
He was getting closer and closer to me, even though the sprite says otherwise. But for some reason I felt paralyzed in fear. I couldn't move my legs no matter how much I screamed at them to run.
Who are you here to mourn?
Ezekiel, I know you're hurting right now, and...
As I said that, a small smile curled on Ezekiel's face for a moment, a weird calm falling over him. I eased up a little, taking a brief moment to breathe. But just as I was about to continue, I felt two hands grab my jacket and pull me up to face him up close, the grip tight and enraged.
God, you're impressive, Sam. Every single time I think you couldn't piss me off more, you somehow find a way. You're here nearly every single day, disrespecting his goddamn memory and treating his killer like a saint. And you're not even man enough to admit it.
That's our Shinku.
Making a million excuses to why it's alright to do, why he was a good person. Are you joking? He was a murderer. he let Mint die a long, agonizing death because he was a coward. And you're still gonna stand here and act like you gave a shit about Mint? Don't make me laugh. You don't know the first thing about him. If you're idealizing his killer this much, I don't even want to know what you've warped Mint into being in your mind. If you're so obsessed with that coward, I could kill you here and bury you right next to him.
Wait, please!
I closed my eyes, my whole body shaking. But before Ezekiel could say anything else, he dropped me on the ground, turning away from me.
Get the hell out of here.
Scary away. I didn't say another word before I would wobble to my feet, leaving the courtyard. I wanted to believe that Ezekiel was just being emotional, violent, and irrational. But an awful, guilty feeling filled my stomach as I found myself on the floor of my cell later that night, holding Dracul's pin for some sort of confirmation that he was human, that I wasn't wrong for mourning him. I hated being so aware that I was like this. I wish in part I was blind to my own issues. But now that I could see it clearly, I knew I couldn't keep living like this without changing something about how I thought. I miss Mint. And clutching my promise of not giving into the game, the monitor in my cell snapped on like clockwork as midnight hit.
Hello, my lovely prisoners.
Oh my god, I was so scared that the game would just froze there.
It's midnight, which marks the end of our second day of Truth or Dare. Having fun? Enjoying yourself? Well, yesterday, Shinku, Takiko, Alora, Molly, and Fu didn't complete their dares. Therefore, they've all chosen to have their truths revealed instead.
Wait, wasn't the whole point Fu looking for the blueprints of Dr. Elenius part of the dare? So it wasn't? Oh god, we got played.
Only 5? Seems like more and more people are doing their dares. Starting to have some stuff you don't want revealed coming out. Well, I suppose it's not surprising how many of you have some major skeletons in your closet, considering you're all criminals. But still, speaking of those skeletons, let's get to revealing those truths. Starting with Prisoner 01, Shinku Kutsuki. On an alternative account, Shinku writes harsh, often bordering on bullying, reviews for fanfiction of media he's interested in or of his own novels. Many of these fanfictions are written by children. God, what is he, 14? That's pretty pathetic if you ask me. I don't know about those kids, but if I found out Shinku Kutsuki himself was seriously criticizing my ex-reader fanfiction, I'd probably kill myself.
Relax, buddy. Okay, now that's being a bit dramatic, yeah.
Now on to Prisoner 04, Takiko Uchiyama, whose second truth is... Takiko has an eating disorder she has no intention of recovering from. The malnourishment helps her seem younger and aids her image. As a result of this, she holds harsh and judgmental views on anyone overweight.
Yikes. Oh.
Wow, really makes you think how genuine her friendship was with Prisoner 12 then, doesn't it? Anyway, on to our favorite biochemist, Prisoner 06, Alora Oenius.
Wait, that's all of Takiko's? Okay.
Her first truth was such a nothing burger. Let's hope this second one is more interesting. For the sake of her career and parents' reputation, Alora consistently endorses a piece of psychology research that resulted in the abuse and neglect of her twin sister, who she helped cover up the existence of.
What? What? Dr. Elenius wouldn't do something like that. She has a twin sister? There's no way. Is the research into question the Wonder Child paper? But my mother was certain that was credible.
Now that's juicy. Her perfect reputation isn't looking so squeaky clean now, is it? But I'm interested to see how she'll try to dismiss and downplay it tomorrow at those little meetings she's made everyone go along to. If they'll even want to follow her lead after this has come out. Now, Prisoner 12, Molly Yuzuki, what exactly was your truth today? You certainly tried to do your dare, but just couldn't go through with it at the end. That seems to be how it is for a lot of things with you, huh?
She seemed pretty determined that this truth would make me hate her. Was morbidly curious what it was. I hope it would be something I'd be able to defend.
Molly used to obsessively follow lol cows and read hate forums on them to make herself feel like she was a better person comparatively.
I mean, I don't know. Seeing someone even more pathetic like, at least I didn't end up like that, guys. It's more like a warning. Whenever I see these videos on lol cows or whatever, it's like, this could have been me. But yeah, it's like, yeah, these are the things that I should not do in order for me to not become lol cows or whatever. Well, it could be a lot worse.
Well, guess if you were on the hate forums anyway to harass Yui's competition, you might as well get the most of it, huh?
Oh crap.
I wonder what the forums are saying about you now. Your threads must be a gold mine. And last and honestly probably least, we've got prisoner 9, Fu Wang. Gosh, all that fuss about letting him out of his cell so he can do his dares, and he didn't even do his? What a poser.
Fuck. Wait, but wasn't sealing the blueprints is there? Unless he was lying. Which does seem like something Fu would do. Maybe letting him out of his cell was a bad idea.
Anyway, his second truth is... Fu has ruined a small rural community through endorsing and organizing a marketing campaign that made them entirely reliant on products that were unhealthy, processed, and lacked proper nutritional value.
Holy shit.
This resulted in the community developing several health issues that they were unable to treat properly due to their limited access to healthcare, as the nearest hospital wasn't for miles and was incredibly expensive.
Is that from his own rural?
Holy shit! And that's just a random truth? Not just his crime? How can it get worse than that? It's only day 2! Well, we'll see if you still want to keep him out of his cell after learning about that. For now, I'll let you get back to bed. See you bright and early tomorrow, prisoners, for our 3rd day of Truth or Dare!
The monitor buzzed off and I was left in the dark of my room. At least in comparison to the others, my truth practically looked like nothing, but these truths were starting to get more and more alarming. It made me wonder what they'd dig up from my truth tomorrow, but only time would tell. All I could do now was fall asleep while I was still blessed with ignorance. Wait, I should have ended there. Yeah, I should end it here, because I have to prepare for work now. So this is Danganronpa Antebellum. If you want to try to get it for yourself, the links are in the description. That is all for today. Stay safe ahead. Take care of yourselves. God damn it. Takiko's truth is so alarming. But still doesn't make sense on why Asuka was vomiting. Yeah, I have a theory. Maybe it's because she was stressed. People had a lot of expectations of her and all that stuff. And also the prison life. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know. But, yeah. I have no idea where that came from.